Hey guys, Laz here. This is my first, maybe last, maybe only cooking video that I want to do for you guys because a lot of people have been asking me to elaborate on what I mean when I refer to funeral jello. And it kind of combines two things that we love in the Utah Mormon culture. It goes way back in my family. We're basically going to be combining a jello salad with funeral potatoes, and it's really great. It's a great thing for conference. That's why I wanted to get this video up right now. I'm really excited, so let's get right into it. So very first thing you're gonna need, let's see, I keep these, here they are. You can get whatever. If you want to slice your own potatoes, that's great. But I get these ones in a can because I feel like it kind of stays true to that spirit of Jello and casserole culture. Jeez. Whew. Didn't expect that to be such a problem. Okay, so once you get these opened up, you're going to want to drain them, of course. You just want to hold on to that. And I'll show you why later. If you're going to get canned potatoes, I recommend these Del Monte ones. They've got natural sea salt, and thanks to Del Monte for sponsoring this video. But look at that. Some people would throw that away. You don't want to do that. That's good stuff. And I like to do a little bit of mise en place, a large mixing bowl, and also the container into which you will be making your Jello. This is a nice bundt pan. Get some spray. I have a lot of great value stuff because I love to support the Walmart Corporation, and shout out to the Walmart Corporation for sponsoring this video. You're going to want to grease this pan. Now I'm using butter flavored spray, and you may think, oh, butter and Jello, I don't know about that, but we're just getting started. You're just gonna wanna, do the classic. Wipe that butter off your hands. A lot of cooks won't tell you this, but if you wipe your hands on a paper towel, they're really good just to kind of stuck on them. And you can get all that butter, you don't have to lose any of it. Okay, what next? Water. Boil the exact amount of water you need. And if you just pour 2 cups right into a tea kettle, and I put that on the hottest burner, so turn it on high. Then we're gonna need 2 cups of cold water. So what you're going to want to do next is get your gelatin ready. Unflavored gelatin. That's 2 full boxes, and I believe they were 1 ounce each. Okay, and then what we're going to do really quickly. Let's see, I have it here somewhere. Look, here it is. So you don't have to do this, but I like to keep mac and cheese boxes. We're going to need these. I like to keep these between a copy of Woman and the Priesthood and The Church and the Negro. And that's going to age these really nicely. Okay, so all we want is the cheese packet. And 2 of them I found to be pretty good. And you're just going to want to dump those right in with your packets of gelatin. Okay, that's looking really nice. So you're just going to mix that all up. And our water's almost boiling. Now this is going to make this really good and cheesy, just like the funeral potatoes we all know and love. But what you're really going to want to do as well is you're going to want some actual cheese, right? This is my drawer where I keep all the cheese. So let's see. Where is it? There we go. Yeah, just plain cheddar. That's what you're going to want. Sprinkle a little bit of cheddar at the bottom of this. Kind of give it a shake. And look, our water's done. Directly in with the gelatin and the cheese. Oh, this is looking so good. Okay, so you've stirred that for about 2 minutes. Add your cold water in. You have a little bit of time to work, no worries. Make sure you've got a good free space in the fridge. Now these potatoes are gonna come into play. Ooh, Del Monte always coming through with the quality. So good. And they're already cooked. So now, potatoes in, cheese on the bottom. Spread them out. Now you could hit this with a little salt or pepper if you want. Normally I like to keep things a little bit more on the mild side. I'm gonna hit it with another dash of butter spray. Just because number one, it tastes great. It's got this great yellow color. can't have too much butter spray. So this is all mixed with the cool water. We got our potatoes, our cheese, and then we're just gonna very gently fill this. Oh, and guys, my mouth is already watering. This looks so good. So you're gonna get all that in there. Oh, baby. Sorry if I'm a little over enthusiastic, but this thing just takes me back. Okay, and we're just gonna stick it into the fridge. And we'll check back on that in a few hours. So I let this go for 3 or 4 hours and it set up really nicely. So we're gonna pull this out. And look at that. Solid, beautiful. So I'm gonna try to put it on this decorative tray to make it look really nice. Really nice conversation starter for conference, or you can have everyone kind of gather around, get a slice. First thing, I'm going to put this on upside down, and then using 2 hands, I'm gonna flip it over. All right, and it's going to be stuck in there, probably. We sprayed it down with the butter spray, so it should come out, but just be patient with it. Just let it get up to room temperature, it'll plop down when it's ready, and we'll check back then. So let's see the big reveal. Oh man, look at that. You can see all of the cheese on the top. It's got this great shape, almost looks like a pumpkin with this mold. Really fun for the fall, and you can see some of the potatoes in there. So you might think we're done, but actually there's one more step. So some of you may be thinking, what about the traditional crispy topping, which is made with another classic pantry staple, corn flakes? Well, I have not forgotten about that. So we are just gonna get a good amount of corn flakes in a baggie, and you're just gonna wanna give them a crush. Looking good. Now corn flakes, as we know, have a lot of great nutritional benefits, so it's a great topper. If you're worried that your sons have been spending a little too much time on TikTok, if you know what I mean, it'll keep them very mellowed out. And we're just going to lightly sprinkle them on top. No worries if some go around the edge, it's kind of nice. It kind of looks like fall leaves. This is a great fall food. And would you look at that? Wow. Now if you've done this right, the really fine crumbles will kind of coat the edges, but the really thick and pretty ones will stick out around the top. I personally love to eat my funeral potatoes with fry sauce. So we have our basics. We got mayo, we got ketchup, and what's really nice is in the middle of your bundt pan, you already have a built-in cup. So when you cut into this, each slice is gonna ooze out a little bit of this fry sauce, and it's gonna accompany the whole dish really well. So I took the cap off. We got a heavy flow of mayo. We're just gonna glob it right in there. That's a good amount. But then you're gonna get the ketchup in there, and then you can go right in with your spatula and you can just mix it right in there. It makes kind of a glorpy sound, and when I was a kid and I heard this sound, I knew what time it was, and I came running. And you can take one final little pinch of cornflakes and just kind of, don't overdo it. You don't want to cover up what's there, but you can put on a nice little decorative flourish there. Now that's looking beautiful. I'm gonna cover this up for now, just so you can see what a nice display it makes. Oh man, can you imagine having a bad day and someone just brings one of these over? So you might think we're done, but we've got, you gotta have something to drink, and I promised that I would show you what that potato juice would come in handy for. Okay, so I put the potato water in the fridge while the funeral Jello was setting. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna wanna pour about 1/3 potato water. And you're gonna wanna make sure you mix this up. It can settle. Then you're going to want to take some seltzer water or mineral water, whatever you prefer. I've got some San Pellegrino here, and you're just gonna wanna top it off. Don't let it foam over. Look at the nice head on that. Oh, I am so thirsty. I got this glass at DI, isn't it fun? Very fall, it fits in really well with this whole setup. So, all right, now it's time for the moment of truth. So you're just gonna wanna take a slice. You can cut right on these nice edge marks. And you're just gonna get under there, serve it up, make sure you get a good glob of fry sauce. Oh, and plop that on your plate. And doesn't that look, oh, you can see those potatoes in there sliced up. What you can do too is you can kind of get a little bit gourmet with this fry sauce. If you just kind of drag your fork tines through it and make like a little sweeping motion. Take some of these extra crumbles. Now that's presentation that you're not gonna get at any old D's, you know what I mean? Oh man. All right guys, so I'm here. I got my beautifully plated funeral Jello. You can see the potatoes. The cheese is hidden as a little extra bonus. I've got this really nice kind of fry sauce spread. I mean, look at that. That's beautiful. Can't deny how good that looks. And we got our potato water. This is an old traditional recipe. Top it off a little bit. So we've got everything, and now how does it taste? That's the most important part. I don't even need to take a bite to tell you guys that this is great stuff, but I can't help myself. I've been waiting all day for this, so let's dig in. So it's kind of firm, and the potatoes come springing out. That's really nice. Make sure you get some fry sauce. You got crunch. You got jiggle. I mean, what more could you want? Now that is really something. Don't forget to wash it back with some cold potato seltzer. I love it. Well guys, I could sit here on camera with a mouthful of food and just eat this whole thing in front of you. It's how much I love it, but we don't have the time. So thanks for tuning in, and until next time, get a big glob of that and bon appetit.